Hey Aquarius, welcome to my channel. This is Lotus Magic. Today I am bringing you your May 2019 Oracle Guidance message. And I hope the fan in the back isn't making too much noise. It's kind of noisy to me, but I don't know how it um, transfers the sound in the video. But I apologize if it is, which is why I'm trying to speak a little bit louder. But it's really hot today, so I need some air to circulate through. Um, Aquarius, I feel like this reading is touching on a few different aspects, but it's all related to money. So your reading this month has everything to do with money, but I feel like it's love and money. And love and money go hand in hand in many ways. When we do what we love, the money follows. When we love what we have, we're able to attract more. So love and gratitude have everything to do with how we attract our abundance. Okay, definitely dealing with the heart chakra this month. There needs to be some healing in the heart chakra, but for this particular reason, I'm reading. I feel like many Aquarius in the collective, if this resonates with you, you may be dealing with a relationship or relationships that that are draining you financially, and you're not using your intuition to really guide you during this time, and it's costing you financially. It's possible that many Aquarius have their heart closed right now, and that's also affecting you financially, because you can't have a blocked heart chakra, and because it either makes you selfish, and we all know that giving and receiving is a natural flow of the universe. So when you're blocking off your giving, or you're giving too freely, you're blocking your ability to receive. So I'm going to go ahead and start your Oracle Guidance message. Your Oracle Guidance card for this month comes from the Angel of Vision, and it says, someone is not revealing part of the story. Trust your feelings over what others say. So many of you are in relationships with people that you really don't trust. And I almost get the feeling that the love and the money for you the money has been used in your relationships to kind of control things, or you've been very wasteful in your relationships trying to maintain many relationships. Either way, you're really not seeing the true story, because many of the relationships, or the relationship that you're in, and I say relationships a lot with Aquarius because we know that for a lot of Aquarius, settling down is difficult for them, so they are very prone to having multiple relationships. So that's why I'm using that a lot. But perhaps you're starting to lose money trying to maintain many relationships, and you're not really seeing that these relationships aren't built on true solid foundations of true love. They're built on I'll give you conditional love. I'll say that, conditional love. If you continue to give me, I'll continue to give this to you, but it's all conditional. If you stop paying my bills, if you stop giving me money, if you stop buying me purses, shoes, cars, clothes, funding my life, then the conditions of this relationship will change. And it's not even so much that these people's fault. These are the conditions that you've created also, because you've been operating from a closed heart, which means that you attract people who aren't trustworthy because you aren't trusting, if that makes sense. You attract the energy that you vibrate out. So if your heart is in a space of I can't trust, keep my heart closed, Um, I'm not going to give any man or woman my heart or my real love. Just know that what you're going to attract are people who are not going to give you that as well. And even if it appears to be, because whatever situations you're in, they are not what they appear to be. It's all conditional, right? It's conditional on your end, it's conditional on their end. So you need to really start to look at things for what they really are, because whatever it is, it's costing you a lot of money, and um, it's hurting you financially. Where you need to focus your energy is on financial discipline. So again, you need to be mindful that you don't have to buy your love. Okay? You don't buy loyalty, you don't buy love, you don't have to buy relationships. You don't have to do that if you're truly operating from a place of unconditional love for yourself. And because when you're there for yourself, you're going to easily be able to give it. So you need to heal your heart. If you have issues in the past about being used for money and things like that, understand that you're going to continue to recycle those same situations until you heal that. And you start to recondition and reprogram yourself on what a relationship should be. And it has nothing to do with how much money you're getting or giving out to someone, okay? Because that's conditional love. Money is important, and it's not to say that money's not important, but I am saying that if you're basing your relationships based on buying them, perhaps this is you want to have the best looking man or woman in the room, but you know that this person is materialistic, and they probably wouldn't give you the time of day if you didn't have this money. So you need to just own up to that so that you can remove these people and attract someone who, regardless of how you look or what you have, they love you for you, and they're willing to build wealth with you from a place of unconditional love. So you don't have to buy them. You don't have to purchase their purchase the security of your relationship. So you need to focus your energy, because like I said, you're not saving as you should be. You're spending more than you're saving, and you have things in your life that need your financial attention, but you're not going to be able to be fully present in your own financial needs if you're constantly shelling out money to different men or women just to keep the relationships going. So you really need to be honest with yourself. I feel like you're not even telling yourself the whole story. Like at some point in these relationships, you've probably even convinced yourself that it's true love, but it really isn't, because it's all conditional, and true love isn't conditional, right? If with our children, we have unconditional love. Like, they can make us mad, they can do things to us, and we still love them regardless. If the person that you're in a relationship doesn't have that level of love coming from you, then it's conditional. Okay? And most relationships in our society today are very, very conditional. And it takes a lot of healing and reprogramming to even allow yourself to have a relationship that's built on unconditional love with someone who just loves you for you, and they want you to be yourself and be who you are. It's really, really, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but in today's society, it's just not honored anymore. So people are operating and dating from the spirit of their wounds and not the spirit of their healing. So you really need to focus on getting that heart chakra going, because like I said, what I'm sensing here is some financial struggles, but it's not because you don't have financial opportunities coming to you, or you don't have money coming in, it's really because you're wasting a lot of money on people who aren't even who they say they are, on conditional love. Okay, it's costly. Conditional love costs a lot. All right, your chakra message comes from the card of abundance. So again, Aquarius, your whole reading really has to do with money, love, and money. Okay, and you need to really truly understand how those two go hand in hand. And if you don't really understand what I'm saying, you need to take some time and sit with yourself and ask your higher self to help you figure this out. Okay? Let me close this window because he's doing that. All right, so the abundance card, of course, has to do with money. And this tells the story of a magical treasure chest. Gold coins in the treasure chest, gold coins swap stories. One coin tells how a man foolishly dropped her down a drain, then cried instead of trying to get her out. Later, an enterprising little girl used string and chewing gum to fish her out. The coins remember this girl saved them, along with many others, and eventually bought a house. As all coins desire to be well spent, they agree that she was indeed a wise person. Think about your relationship with money. Are you the wise girl or the foolhardy man? Money is naturally attracted towards appreciation and gratitude. Be wary of using your financial situation as an excuse to avoid doing something. Are your thoughts and actions around money empowering or disempowering you? Abundance through gratitude, releasing regret, being good with money. So again, as I said earlier in this reading, gratitude is definitely has a lot to do with our abundance and being grateful for what we have. So if you're wasteful with money, then you're not in gratitude, okay? So even if you have a lot and you're happy to do things, if you're wasting money trying to buy love, trying to buy relationships, trying to fund all these different situations where true love isn't present, you're really being wasteful. And you're making excuses on why you don't need to leave these situations alone. So you really need to work on changing your relationship with money and ask yourself those questions. Are you using money to empower yourself or disempower yourself? Because right now, if you're what we call in my world tricking off a lot of money on men and women, you are really disempowering yourself. You're empowering the users. You're empowering people who use you for your money and not love you for who you are. But in that, the exchange, while you're giving your power away, because money is power, while you're giving your power away, you are not getting power reciprocated. You're disempowering yourself because what you're getting is fake love in return, which is why you can't continue to be abundant and you're starting to take a loss. And this is putting you in a situation where you're having to work harder, more hours, bringing in more money, when really the problem is you're giving out too much of your financial blessings to people who are users. So if we look at this picture here, we have a man. He's crying. He's like crying, sick, sad, because he can't see that the money he has was truly a blessing, and he basically just let it go because he didn't appreciate it enough. While we have others over here who are saying, hey, even though it's a penny, I could take that penny, put it with all my other pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters, dollars, 20 here, 20 there, and before I know it, I can create something of abundance for myself. And I can create and manifest the things that I want. I'm also feeling like all of this playing around and partying with your men and women, it's putting you in a very low vibration as well. And it's also creating toxic behaviors, drinking, drugs, sex, things like that. All of those things are taking your power away. So you need to be mindful of that, because it makes you lose focus on what your goals and aspirations are, really, truly. And that requires a lot of financial discipline. If you're trying to build a business, if you're trying to purchase a home, if you're trying to put your, save money to get your kids through college, how are you going to do that if you're busy being wasteful? It's not going to happen. All right, Aquarius, what's blocking you? We have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Six of Swords. So what the blockages you need to release right now are being able to separate yourself from these relationships that are based on conditional love and materialism. Okay, here we have a lot of root chakra energy, and then we have the sacral chakra. Sacral chakra rules our one-on-one relationships, how we deal with intimacy, our creativity. So you're really running into some struggles with moving away from people who use you financially. You need to release your attachment to all of these earthly kind of things that really are just here to build your ego. Having the prettiest chick, having the nicest car, having, the flyest clothes and shoes. While it's great to want nice things, who are you really aiming to get those things for? For you, or to prove something to the world? Because trying to prove to the world that you are the richest, the best, it's costing you financially. Instead of just gaining some financial discipline, which is going to help then change the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so you're blocking new beginnings of abundance to come into your life simply because you can't separate yourself physically. Because this is root chakra is physical energy, physically, from relationships that are costing you financially, because they're affecting your creativity and they are affecting your cash, the cash that you're spending, the money you're spending, and your investments and things like that. So you really need to be honest with yourself, because I feel like many of you have been in denial. So it's time to come out of that denial that these things are affecting you financially, and understand that you're in situations where when it's time for these people to walk away, they're going to walk away and not really care about your situation. So you need to have that same energy in return. Hold on, let me close this other window. Sorry about that. I just happened to pick the grass day to do these readings, but I got to get in where I fit in. All right, so your crystal healing insight message comes from selenite. Selenite is the crystal of divine light. So again, we have this light, okay? You need to raise your vibrations. And 2, you need to bring the truth to light. So I think that's really what all this light is talking about. It's time for you to be honest and bring things to the light, okay? So you can separate yourself from these relationships, okay? Spirituality is vital for you, Okay, and I think this is because right now you're too rooted in the physical, and it's because your heart chakra is blocked. So your energy can't go beyond your heart chakra, because your heart chakra is like almost like putting a block to you being able to access the energy from your upper chakras, from your heart, and your throat, your third eye, and your crown chakra. Okay, so you really need to get some spirituality going so that you can connect to the divine source. Okay. Avoid confusing past with present. You see into people's hearts to what motivates them. Do not be manipulated or too eager to please. Stand by what you know. You have the gift of clarity and mental flexibility with the power to make excellent decisions. So again, it's time for you to wake up and see how you're being manipulated into not, and even if it's not by the person you're with, you're being manipulated by society's expectations. You're being manipulated by, the culture in which you surround yourself with, belief systems, values, and all of this is coming at a cost, because you're focusing on lack, in the sense of, if I don't have this money, I won't have the best girl. If I don't get this money, I won't be able to get the best car. I won't be able to have this. I won't be able to have that. And you're not really seeing that none of these things that you're trying to use your money to do is truly going to make you happy, because it's all conditional. Even the nicest car is conditional. Okay? Because when it breaks down, guess what? It's not worth anything. You wreck it in an accident and it's gone. It's not worth anything. So you have to really get back to seeing what's important in your life, and being grateful for that, because truly the best things in life are free, and love is free. Love don't cost a thing. That song just came to my head. Love don't cost a thing. Okay, and that Luther Vandross song, the best things in life are free. Okay? So you need to focus on getting more meaningful relationships that don't require you to come out of your pocketbook every time you're in their presence, or to keep them loyal and secure, to keep these relationships secure. You really need to work on that. A situation is unpredictable no matter how solid it appears. Okay, so again, your relationships that seem solid based on the fact of these conditions are not really as solid as they appear to be. Be prepared for challenges and changes. Banish confusion. Clarity is needed. Let go of something dear to you. Parting does not mean loss of love. Reconciliation is possible. Make the first move. Overheard conversations enlighten you. Being in the flow strengthens your well-being. So, again, like I was just saying, everything, most things around you right now are really conditional. When things are conditional, you cannot predict what's going to happen from day to day. Okay, and I think for you, you've been using your money to keep that certain level of control, but it's costing you, and you're being really wasteful. So if you want to gain some stability in your financial life, okay, we have 48. 4 is the number of stability, and 8 is the number of abundance. So if you want to create some stability financially and manifest an abundance financially, you're really going to need to focus on on not being wasteful with what you have. Okay? Alright, Aquarius, that lawnmower is getting louder and louder. Until next time, love and light.